I regret buying a house. I regret it a lot. If I could go back to January 2022, I would tell that girl, do not. Just find another apartment to move into, because doing all this shit that I have to do for this house and all the unexpected costs, high dollar unexpected costs that I keep running into, to be handling it by myself, is ass. So to all you young women who want to go out and buy a home, I encourage you to really, really think about it. Talk to some people and really see the ins and outs. I mean, it always sounds good. Oh yeah, your mortgage is only going to be $1,000 until they reevaluate your property taxes, and that bitch goes up $200. You know, it's trash. 85 degrees, your AC is going to go out. You don't want to know how much that costs. It's trash.
Garbage.
Well, we're going into these summer months, and the weather isn't the only thing that's hot. Look, these people are coming out and they're regretting buying houses. They're saying,
Listen, can you take the house back? Can you please take the house back? I overpaid. I didn't even get an inspection done. The house is breaking apart. And guess what? I didn't know I had to do maintenance on this place. Are you kidding me? I didn't know ACs cost this much.
Like, what? What?
now that sellers are seeing, nobody's coming to look at my house. Nobody's buying. There's more of us than them. It's a different story now. Imagine that. Guys, listen, we're gonna jump into it. My name is Orlando. Welcome to the channel, guys. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help out the channel. Also, I have a newsletter and it's free. How can you be free? You can't. And then also too, if you need any type of financing that deals with commercial properties or investment properties, I am your guy. I've been a lender for 20 years. We do deals nationwide. That information is in the description and the pinned comment, guys. We are seeing sellers come out the woodwork saying, listen, this whole house thing, especially me buying at the peak, especially me buying in 2020 in COVID, it's not the best thing.
Really? No one's gonna see it, huh?
Listen, now we're getting sellers coming out of the woodwork saying, why did I buy this house again?
No, son, no.
Why did I buy the house at the peak of the market? Why didn't I realize that I need to get an inspection done on this house before I buy the house? How did I not know that my property taxes would go up after the first year of me owning this home? How did I not know any of that?
And now these people are saying, I regret it.
Really?
And it gets worse for the sellers. See, they are now getting hit over the head by real estate agents. The same real estate agents that told them, hey, you need to buy this home, because guess what? If you don't buy this home, there won't be any inventory and you're gonna pay over. Now these same realtors are coming out saying, well, it might be a buyer's market.
You've been bamboozled.
These same real estate agents that pushed you guys, yes, that pushed you guys to buy a home are now telling you, hey, if you want to sell this home that you just bought, I know. I told you there was gonna be no inventory. And there's a ton of inventory now, which is pushing down the price and with a bunch of other things. But hey, listen, if you want to sell that home that you bought from me a couple of years ago, yeah, you're gonna have to take a hit. And then the sellers will say, but John, you told me the price would go up. But you don't believe me. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Sellers outnumber prospective home buyers as high prices and mortgage rates skew the housing market. See, this is what I was talking about. Remember when I said sit on the sidelines with a purpose? Yeah, this was it. This is what I was trying to get you to avoid. And see, now some people didn't take the advice. Some people said, Orlando, I hear you. I really do hear you. But this money is burning a hole in my pocket.
The next thing you're about to see is get up out of here before I come with some more in your mouth. Last scene.
And these same individuals are now contacting me and saying, Orlando, how do I get out of this home? Am I gonna have to take a short sale? What am I gonna do? I'm gonna lose all of the money that I put into this. This house, I didn't know buying us a house sight unseen with no inspections. I didn't know this was gonna bite me in the butt. You did it? You did it? But it goes on to say here, as of April, U.S. housing market had nearly 34% more sellers than buyers shopping for a home, according to Redfin. 34%. Who could have saw that coming? Who could have saw that coming? But it doesn't stop there.
Are there people out there that have gone from owning a home back to like renting a home or an apartment? And why did you do it? Was it for the convenience or for the money saving or for both? Because lately I've been thinking that that would just be way easier. And everyone says that owning is better, owning is better. It's a lot of work. Keeping up the outside of a house and the inside is a lot of work. And we pay like double what we would pay renting to own a house. And I'm like, I feel like it would just be smarter to go back to an apartment and not have a gym and a pool, and I wouldn't have to take care of anything. And that just sounds like a better deal right now, especially with like how expensive everything is in the world.
Well, you know, hindsight is 20/20. It really is. But here's the thing. I would think that if you're buying a home, you would understand that everything inside of this house, everything on the outside of this house, I am responsible for.
Fact.
If these things break down, I'm gonna have to pay for it. It's probably best that I have some type of maintenance plan where I can stay on top of things to make sure that I don't have to replace things prematurely. You would think that someone had that conversation with them, or that they would do the research to understand this is home ownership. Then she says the mortgage is more than double. More than double. The rent. Make it make sense to me. Now, the reason why she's saying that is because more than likely, it's one of three things. She either got an arm, property taxes went up, or insurance went up. Or all three. See, and this is the reason why I told individuals, hey, sit on the sidelines with a purpose. Get your emergency savings account. Make sure that you are getting your credit together. And then also, too, prices are high. They will go down. I said that. Orlando Minor said that. But a lot of you guys went and listened to your favorite real estate agent. Your favorite real estate agent said, you know what, you better buy a house now. Because if you don't buy a house now, you will forever miss out on the greatest wealth builder in your generation. You're going to miss out. That's what they told you. And you fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. And now these same real estate agents, they're no longer in the business. Or if they're still in the business, they're not answering your phone. But they will answer your phone if you're willing to sell your home for $100,000 less than you bought it from them. Double commission.
It's free real estate.
Owning a home in today's world actually sucks. We were told that it would make us financially free, but why do I feel broke as ever? My AC unit went out last week. Replacing a unit could cost you up to $20,000. With my luck, I just had to replace mine, but thank goodness for my friend's portable AC unit and ceiling fan. To save money, I tried to do some DIY projects on my own, and even that starts to add up. Also, homes aren't built the same anymore. The upgrades are cheap, and nothing is made to last. Take this room for instance. I can't even reach the light to replace the bulb, and over time, homes just crack, and these cracks are so far up, I can't fill it or paint the room. So I have to hire it out, and I just feel like I'm constantly paying bills after bills and I can't save any money. In the first 2 years of owning this place, I had to replace the stove and the fridge. My kitchen floor is lifting and so is the ones in my bathroom. I rented out while I was living in other cities, and even then I was just paying so much money for someone to manage it. Now I have to cough up more money to pay for all of the wear and tear that just happened when it was rented out. Long story short, if you feel bad that you don't own a home, don't. Owning a home isn't the reality our parents told us. The cost of living is through the roof. We're paying more for less, and of course our paychecks remain the same. Anyone else feeling this way, and what are you guys doing to save money these days?
How do you say, I didn't get an inspection without saying, I didn't get an inspection? She is literally telling you, my floor is lifting up. Look at this, there's cracks. Look at this, my garage door opener is about to fall off the wall. Look at this, there's cracks. The foundation is messed up. Didn't I tell you guys? Didn't I tell you guys? You should always get an inspection. You should always get an appraisal.
Write it down and keep it for future reference.
This is the biggest purchase in your life, and you're going to buy it sight unseen? Without getting an inspection? Without getting someone who's an expert in the things that you're talking about, who knows the foundation, knows this, knows that. Oh, I've seen this plenty of times. You said, forget all that. Oh, forget all that. Now you're complaining. Oh, the AC went out. AC went out. Did you get an inspection? Because the inspector would have told you, oh, look, this AC is about to go out. Or this AC is this old and get ready for it to go out. But you wait until the heat of the summer. And now you're like, something's going on. Are you on a maintenance plan? Are you on a plan for someone to come out every year to check it? You're not. You're not. I get it. Too expensive, right? But wait until you you found out. I'm sorry. She found out. She found out. But here's a truthful question. What makes you believe that you're going to buy a home? You're going to buy a home and there's going to be no maintenance. Huh? Let me tell you this, guys. If you buy a home, it is a guarantee. Let me say this really clear. It is a guarantee you're going to have to repair things for that home. The home requires maintenance. If you're doing your home this way, how is your car? How are you doing on any other big purchase? I can almost tell you, you're not getting oil changes. You're not checking your tires. You're not doing anything. And then at the end of the day, because you waited until it was completely broken, now you're complaining about how much it costs. Come on, man! Because in my mind, if you had an inspection done, the inspector would have gave you a list of things that said, this needs to be fixed, this needs to be fixed, this needs to be fixed. If your entire floor was lifting up, trust me, you would have saw it before you bought the house. But instead, you decided, who needs an inspection? Let's move on.
If you have ever felt the pressure from society to grow up and buy a house, this is your sign to really reconsider, because I'm a homeowner. I bought my house in 2020 when I was 27 years old, pretty much because I just thought that's what you're supposed to grow up and do. You know, at the time, the interest rates were really low. Everyone was buying a house. So I was like, oh, I guess I'll do this too. However, it's really not what it's all cracked up to be. So the elephant in the room is like, yes, technically it's a good financial investment. However, it really takes like a really long time for that financial investment to pay off. And I think there's a lot of other ways you can invest your money, aka the stock market, for example. That's way less work than owning a home. Because, for example, my home, I luckily bought it and it was freshly remodeled. And I was like, oh, what could go wrong? However, everything went wrong. That could go wrong. As soon as I moved in, I had to build a wall on top of my wall in my living room because I could hear my neighbors and every single thing they said. My roof has always leaked, potentially need to get a new roof soon. I had to build a fence in the backyard because it didn't come with one. My pipes froze the first year I lived there. The freezer broke, the fireplace exploded, and the list literally goes on and on and on. And the list will never stop going on as long as I own this house. So this is just a PSA. If you are thinking about buying a house, really think about it.
See, this is the problem that you start to see is everyone goes into buying a home first as an investment. They go into buying a home by saying, you know what? I'm going to make $1 million off of this house.
Get money.
They go into it with that mindset. See, that's the problem. If you go into the mindset when you're buying your home as, well, I'm going to make $1 million, $500,000, $200,000, $300,000 on this home immediately. Who told you that? A realtor? They told you, didn't they? The realtor told you in a couple of years, in 3 years, get ready. Get ready. This house is going to be worth $400,000. That's the reason why you need to buy it today.
Yeah. True.
The reason why a lot of these individuals are regretting buying a home is because they didn't do their due diligence. That's all the way around. They didn't do the research. Then on top of that, they're trying to sell the homes today and they want all of their money, guys. That's right. You're the person buying the home, right? You're the person buying the home. And they're telling you, listen, I made a mistake in 2020. This house is basically falling apart because I didn't maintain it. I didn't have enough money to keep everything up together. Even though Orlando said that things are going to continue to go up and up and up. But I didn't believe it. I just didn't believe it. There's no way that prices of ACs and putting flooring and painters and anything that you need to do to maintain a house, there's no way these things are going to go up. There's no way. Haven't you seen the news? They're telling us our economy is doing great. There's no way. Everything will go down. Now they're trying to trade places. They want to be in your place. Buyers, do you hear what I'm saying? Individuals who've been waiting to buy a home, they want your position. They're begging you, please, please, please buy my home at the price that I bought it for so I can get all my money back, and all of the problems are now yours.
That's not how this works.
Once you sign on the dotted line, it's over. I'm done.
Woo! I'm glad they didn't get that inspection, because they would have found out that we got foundation issues. They would have found out that I need a new roof. They would have found out that it's $100,000 worth of maintenance that I gotta do on this place. On top of that, the value has went down. On top of that, property taxes have went through the roof. On top of that, wait till they see insurance. I want to switch places with you.
I'm just saying. Let's continue.
Most days. But I just wish I knew. And at the very, very top of that list, however much money it is that you plan on saving for your down payment for your house, go ahead and tack on an extra $3,000 to $10,000 for all of the things that you're going to have to do and take care of and pay for before you even get into the house, or even in the first 6 months of having your house. Like, I didn't realize that you basically have to pay to say, like, no, like, I for real want this house, and I, like, legit got the money. And then you also had to pay to inspect the house to make sure that it's even safe for you to be in. And I haven't even laid my head down here yet. Like, offer it, that's like $1,000, $1,500. It's not even mine. And then if you're someone like me who did not get a brand new house, we haven't even done any updates or any changes to make the house feel like mine. Now, thank God my parents gifted me getting my house painted for my housewarming gift. Shout out to my parents. But like paint, changing flooring, light fixtures, all very simple fixes that can really change the whole vibe of your house. But it costs monies. And then I got a townhouse thinking like, oh, I'll have an HOA. First mistake. Thinking, oh, this is going to be great. I'm not going to have to worry about cutting grass. They're going to take care of the exterior. Have you ever looked at how much it costs to buy flowers and plants to put in?
I just want to, before we go too deep into this, let's just listen to some of the things that she was saying. She says at the very beginning that, look, I didn't realize it was going to cost this much to do an inspection. Well, who's going to tell her? Who's going to tell her how much it's going to cost if you didn't get an inspection? Who's going to tell her that? And then she says, right after that, she says, you know what? I have the money. I legit have all of the money. But then she goes on to complain about normal maintenance on the house.
Yeah, I know, I heard that. That's corny.
Normal maintenance. And then throws in, oh, well, luckily I got gifted painting.
Wow.
Listen, and this is something that I need to address. I have said this over and over and over again. Some people may have the money to purchase. That means the down payment, the closing, and everything else to get into the house. But do you have the money to maintain the house? You know, it's just like one of these guys who buys these expensive cars, or anybody else who buys these ridiculous luxury cars. Yeah, you can buy the car, but can you pay for the maintenance? Can you pay for those $600 oil changes? Can you pay for new tires that's going to cost you $2,000, $3,000? Can you do all of that? Oh, you can't. So you can't afford the car. The same thing applies to a home. Yeah, you got into the house, but you can't afford anything in the home. You don't even like the inside of the home. So you knew that you were going to have to fix up the home, but you don't have the money for that either. You cannot afford the home unless you just love living in just a white box. If you love that, then great, no biggie. But she is saying she doesn't like that. She wants a modern home with all the finishings, but she can't afford it. This is what I'm trying to let people know. Let's continue.
Next time you go drive past a nursery, go look and see how much those flowers cost. And on paper, it looks like, oh, they're only like $8, $12, $15. But if you need like 15 and mulch and dirt, it adds up. And we haven't even gotten in the house yet, okay? Like furniture, y'all. When I first went furniture shopping, because again, shout out to my parents, I stayed with them to save up money. So I did not have my furniture from college. So buying all new furniture to furnish this home gave me heart palpitations. And like going back to the HOA thing, you don't really realize that living in an HOA community is basically like a group project with strangers. And there's a leader that doesn't always necessarily know what they're doing, and they sometimes have no business being in this position, and they take it straight to the head. So now when something's going on in your neighborhood, it becomes a whole thing. Like I was not ready for this particular group project. And let me just say, if you get a house and if you don't have a home warranty, go ahead and add that to your monthly expenses. Think of a home warranty like maintenance's cousin, because like if anything happens in your house that you are not capable of fixing by yourself, or you don't want to just like flat out pay for it, you call up your warranty. Now let me tell you something. My warranty probably for a period of time was sick of hearing from me, because they're like, sis, why are you calling me again? But me personally, I'm not a very handy girly. So it was like a really big deal when I did a very, very minor pipe fixing. Like, and that took me at least 3 days to figure out how to fix this gap in my pipes. Like, get you a warranty.
And listen, I'm not picking on this individual, right? I'm not picking on her. But you have to understand the things that she's complaining about. Flowers. The things that she said that she doesn't have enough money for. She just said, yeah, it doesn't, $8 for some flowers, but you're going to have to buy 15 of those. 15? I mean, that's $120.
Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
Wait until she gets the bill from the plumber. Wait until the electrician comes out and says, oh, you need to fix this. Wait until you need something painted and he comes out and goes, oh yeah, I can paint this. $120? Who's gonna tell her? But the point of these videos, guys, is so that you can see there are people out here. That got into their home, purchased their home, did zero research. At least that's the way it comes off. That they did zero research, and they're now telling you, I regret buying my home because of the things that I have said to you over and over and over again. What is my number one motto? Do not overpay. What do people do? Overpay. I say, hey, look, inflation's gonna go up. Guess what? Taxes, insurance, it's gonna go up. Oh, let me guess. You thought it was just Florida. Oh, let me guess. You just thought it was Boise. Oh, you just thought it was another area, but it was never gonna come to you. And I told you guys, I said, if you think that it's not gonna spread everywhere, if you don't think that your insurance and property taxes are gonna go up, you're crazy. Look, I'm in the Midwest and it still went up. So you're telling me someone on the coast where you have hurricanes, you're telling me someone who's in California with wildfires, you're telling me people that are in Tornado Alley, you're telling me your insurance is gonna go up? You're telling me that all of these counties see other states and other cities making all of this money on property taxes, and they're not gonna copy their system?
Use your common sense.
Like I always say, guys, it's gonna get worse before it gets better. 2025 is gonna be a tough year. We're gonna see prices continue to still go up. Inflation is still gonna go up. We already see interest rates continuing to go up and up and up. So this is the reason why you need to, if you want to buy a home, you need to keep your eye on the ball. You need to make sure that you're looking and doing the research and getting yourself prepared, because the way it's looking, everybody that wanted to buy a house 3, 2, 4 years ago, they're not going to be able to buy a house. And it's because of their own decision making. Anyway, guys, if you like content like this, guys, please join my Patreon. We do exclusive videos over there and you will love it. But you won't get all of your information from this one video. I need you to watch this video right here. Yes, this one right here. It will give you information on the housing market, financial news, get you into your first rental property, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.